All right, welcome everybody. We'll get this meeting underway. Welcome to the January 2026 edition, the Recreation Advisory Committee. Today we'll start with the approval or a motion to approve both October and November's minutes. The reason for that is our meeting in November did not have quorum, so we weren't able to vote. And we did hold a meeting in November, didn't have anything in December. So we'll start today with October. Do I have a motion to approve October's minutes from anyone?
I motion to approve the minutes.
All right, second that? Second it? Minutes approved. Everyone approving October's minutes. It's unanimous. All right. A motion to approve November's minutes. Can I get that from anybody?
Can't.
You are not there.
For my own, well.
We really didn't have too many people here.
That form.
A motion to approve.
There you go. All right. Anyone else to second that motion? Okay. All in favor of approving November minutes?
Aye.
All right, that's approved. All right, I would like to start before we go over our many reports to introduce Kelly, who I did not have a chance, well, none of us had a chance to personally meet because of the holidays and the fact that we didn't have a meeting in December. But I spoke with her over the phone and we all voted for her via email and she was approved by the board. Kelly today is just going to sit in. She'll be taking over the Branchwood and Loch Lomond Recreation Complex. I'd like just take a minute if you'd introduce yourself to everybody since we haven't met yet.
Hello everyone. My name is Kelly Scholier. I just recently moved to the beautiful state of Arkansas in July. I'm very happy that you voted me in. I'm very grateful for that. My background is actually in recreation, so I'm executive director of Clean Up Papago, which is a 501c3 that works with the city of Tempe and the city of Phoenix, where we clean up the parks, specifically Papago Park. And we fix trails, and we also do heavy replanting because a lot of our foliage is actually dying because our summers are getting longer. That is my background. I went to Arizona State University. I also went to school in New York at Adelphi University. I'm an avid cyclist, probably a die-hard conservationist at heart, and I hope I can aid in a positive way on this commission. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you, Kelly. All right, we're going to start off with London Park. That would be me, and of course my report did not come through, so I'm going to wing it at this point. I pretty much know what I had on here, but overall condition, pavilion looked great, the restrooms always look great. Dock, everything looked great in the park. There were really no areas for review other than a situation that has occurred and hopefully doesn't continue, was brought up by two people that I also took some time to visit with that go to the London area often on walks, and that is there's, for some reason, someone's dumping their yard waste there. Potted plants, empty pots, at least several cases of empty beer cans. Looked like a party up the hill. It was enough that they spent a half a day cleaning up, which was awesome.
What was it, out in the open, or is it by the wood line?
It's by the wood line, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The beer cans, however, were up the greenway there a little bit, so that could have been something completely unrelated. But that's really, an isolated incident there. They claim that that's the trash that they're filing on the wood line has occurred more than once. Hopefully that doesn't continue, is all. Everything else looked great. No further comments on that. Next up is Larry with Blowing Springs.
Okie dokie.
Mike?
Out of practice. Overall condition of the campground and the gear garden is good. Areas for review. The urinal in the toilet, what do you call it? The portable toilet, whatever it's called. Yeah, porta potty. I'm getting older. the urinal is dirty. Now, I'm sure it could have been a lot of use, otherwise it was fine. The lot was about 85, this is yesterday, 85% full. It may have been more than that, I didn't count every car. Very, very busy, a lot of people getting their bikes off, on, going up on the trails. In the campground, the water spigot at Space 56 is leaning. I didn't test to see if it functions, but it is leaning. I spoke to the staff member at the booth, everything, she had nothing, no comments. I did ask how the reservation software is working, which is now probably 4 months old, I'm guessing, so it works really well. They still get people calling, but nothing like used to be if I went to visit the booth. It was a long time because they were taking calls all the time, and that has subsided. Camping is slow until February, according to staff. I would say in driving through, and granted it was a Sunday, which is a light day because people leave on Sundays, the two campgrounds are only about 20% full. This is something I've been reporting on for as long as I've been on this committee. There is a water station at the Gear Garden, which is front and center. Everybody sees who comes there. Still, the rust needs to be sanded off and the thing painted. I'm gonna guess it'd take me about an hour. It's pretty unsightly. I note that the Gear Garden lot still needs restriping. I realize that's probably not in the queue. It'd be nice to resurface next year. That would be nice. I will say, since my last visit would have been November, several very attractive bike racks have been installed. One of them is right in front of the toilets for the Gear Garden, and then there's some others, I don't know if that's where they're gonna stay, that are in the Gear Garden section, and they're pretty cool. They're kind of different colors, and I don't remember them being around before. We had talked before about when, I know the showers are turned off for the season, as they should be, but when they're turned on again, I remember I had some issues, maybe it's just me, figuring out how to activate them, and I understood there was gonna be a sign. There's no sign telling you how you do it. Obviously, we have some time, since I don't know when those come back on. I'm gonna guess March, April, something like that. Didn't speak to any guests. I have a question as we get closer to the opening of the, I don't know what the thing's called, the bike park with the lifts. They're testing the lifts now. They've been running, and that's pretty, I don't know how long, I'm gonna guess, being kind of construction person, about 3-4 months before being done at most. What is, I'd love to know, and I don't even know now, but the percentage occupancy on a monthly basis of our campground spaces. And I know it's typically pretty full. The reason I'm asking, and I can send an email if that would be easier, is to try and get a sense of, should we be looking at, and this has been recommended to me by other people, at maybe building more campgrounds. That's a big lift. It's a capital. It just, I think that thing's gonna be a huge hit. And those people may wanna camp somewhere, and we're right next door. So I don't know who would be able to tell me. Just generally, I'm sure we have percentage occupancy numbers, probably going back years. I'm just curious.
Yeah, we don't, well, I'd say this, I do think the bike park is gonna bring in a lot of people. We don't really share that level of information with the public. The camping data. The challenge we have at Blowing Springs is if we add more camping down there, we start killing the reason why people go there. You know, they go there for the nature and everything, and if we start adding too many spots and too much parking, and then we kind of kill why they're there. I'd love to add additional camping at other locations.
I wasn't necessarily thinking of it being at that location either.
The challenge is that when you talk about, you know, building parking lots, building bathrooms, building campsites, I mean, that's not cheap.
No.
And so
one would do an ROI, obviously, but I think it starts with how full are you, and that's why I just asked that question.
I'd say, you know, during the summertime and during the shoulder season, our weekends are very, very strong. Like with a lot of places, midweek is harder to fill, and then the off-season, it's harder to fill.
When you said, Tommy, don't share it with the public, I guess I wasn't thinking of myself necessarily as being the public.
Well, I wouldn't want to necessarily share it where, there are other campgrounds in the area. So we gotta be cognizant of that. But I'd say that, I think that we've given you enough information saying, look, during the summertime, on the weekends, we are typically
Okay.
very
Well, I've
full.
quarterbacked in my time the building of a lot of facilities, not recreational, but
Mhm.
businesses. That's been part of my job. So I'm used to looking at the market issue.
Right.
So how are we doing? I don't know who the competitors are, and I'm not suggesting anyone on the staff run around and get data. If I'm that interested, I will get the data to develop then the concept of whether an ROI can be met. Because you're absolutely right, these things aren't cheap. I have no idea what land. This is like my first little question.
Right.
It's not designed to get to, oh, I think we should do X. I'm not that kind of non-data driven person, but so I just put that out there. And that is the end of my report.
All right, thank you, Larry. Next up is Cheryl for both Tyree and Granton Park.
Thank you. I'll start with Tyree. With the drawdown and it being winter time, there's not a lot of activity going on over there to report on. So everything looks great. I mean, the grass looks super trim, like someone just went out there with a lawnmower. It looks amazing. Everything's in great condition. Everything's been well cared for. The porta potty was clean, stocked with toilet paper. Doggy bags for their business is full as well. Considering how low the water was, I was pleased by how little trash is around, because you think as the drawdown happens, things that sink to the bottom would then come up. So I don't know if our residents are picking up stuff, or we just have or the Lakes team or somebody, but it looks fantastic. So everybody go to Tyree Park. Additionally, there were 2 very large potholes there that I thought I got a flat tire after my last visit, and happily those have been repaired. So great job to the entire team that manages that area. No areas for review, no member interactions. In fact, the only thing that I witnessed was somebody driving through to the parking lot, got out of their car, took a picture of the back of their house because it's viewable for dock repair maybe or insurance reasons, got back in their car and left. So couldn't talk to them. And no additional observations, but as that gets busier, obviously there will be. All right, now we're gonna move on to Granton Park. Again, everything was in great condition. Porta potty and the doggy bags were fully stocked. There was no one around, and because the water is so low, the fish station looked great. There's still no sign for the water, but we already talked, because that's a solar thing, it will go on in a few months' time.
Also, the structure that you noted before is actually our courtesy dock, which we moved in order to be able to clean out that area.
Perfect.
So that's what that was.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Next up is Lake Avalon Park, Liz Howie.
Thank you. So overall condition, the restrooms are closed for the season. Trash cans were emptied, the mutt mitts were filled, the lawns were clean of trash and debris and cut really nicely, like you mentioned as well. Watercraft area was orderly, boat launch area was clean, and the beach was closed off and clean as well. I attached in my report an area for review. There's a little house that's like a book exchange thing. I don't know if volunteers put that up or if it's our responsibility, but I took a picture. It's falling apart. The whole roof is off of it. It's really ugly. And I just noticed it, so I don't know if it just happened.
I don't have anything to do with it, but I would imagine it's along with the library maybe.
Really?
So we'll figure out how to make that more presentable,
Okay.
or take it
All
out, I
right,
guess.
or if you need me to do something also. But yeah, it's a mess. The whole roof's off.
Liz, I'll get my crew to go look at it. I know where it's located and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get my crew to look
Yeah,
at it.
I
and
just
stuff. I'm not familiar who put it there or what the history of it is, but I'll look at the condition
Okay,
and stuff.
and I think it kind of just happened. Maybe the whole thing fell off because I never noticed it before. And I've looked at it before.
It's been really windy, I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the wind and with it getting colder, it could have just deteriorated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, and then the only other thing that I noticed, of course, we have a porta potty there because the restrooms are closed, and it's usually clean, and it was really filthy. And I don't know if that, just schedule, maybe I was there the day they're gonna clean it.
I can't imagine that, so they're all hit at least once a week.
It
And it might be that they're missing that one on their route.
Because it was really
So
bad,
I'll,
and it's never been like that either, so it's just unusual.
I can make a phone call.
Okay. As far as member interactions, I met 2 visitors fishing off the dock. They weren't POA members when I talked to them, but rather pest control employees on their lunch break, just hanging out and doing whatever they were doing. So that's all. We didn't really have a discussion about anything. And no additional observations.
All right, thank you, Liz.
You're welcome.
In times past, I've incidentally skipped Richard. Today, I'll do that on purpose because he's not here.
He also did not send a report.
And I
at
did
this
not get a
point.
report from him as of yet that I can see. Yeah, you're right. So we will move on to Lake Ann and Metfield Complex, and that would be Keith.
Hello. Lake Ann was in great shape as always, starting with the dam park and waterfall bridge. Everything's in great shape. At the boat ramp area, you actually had the homemade dock that someone had moored in the lease area was gone, so I don't know if they moved it out. And I was also interested to see that no Christmas trees this year, so I was curious if they were doing that on another lake.
At Pontoon Park on Lake Windsor, not at Lake Ann.
No member interaction on a cold, foggy morning. The overall condition at the launch area was fantastic. The lawn, leaves, facilities all very well maintained. The pavilion, barbecue area is all good. Portalet's good. The trash can's good. I noted 2 things for observations. Is one, there was a boat trailer bunk actually laying on the fishing dock at the Lake Ann Dam. I neglected to include that in my notes, but I did include a picture, and also included a picture of something I noted back in September. There's a Y-shaped log in the dock area of lease space number 2, just as we have time, maybe to pull that out with a chain and a truck. That would be great. Actually, 2 months ago, it was brought to my attention by a POA member who uses that space. At Metfield, pickleball courts, children's playground, picnic areas, all in fantastic shape. The lawn, the picnic areas, all very well maintained. The only areas for review at the clubhouse, there's a workout machine that was brought to my attention by Melanie at the front desk. There was some rust shown. She suggested that we replace it. In looking at it, and you may know what it is, it's an elliptical machine. It's got some rust on it. It's just one of those things that if we had some sandpaper and some gray spray paint, we could probably make it look pretty good in 30 to 60 minutes, much like Larry mentioned on another area that just had some rust. And that's all I've got.
All right, thank you, Keith. I will cover Brian. He's unable to attend, but I did get a report. And that's for the gun ranges. Overall condition, the pistol, rifle, and archery, trap, and skeet ranges are in good overall condition. All grounds and structures are in good condition, except as noted in previous reports or as listed below. Areas for review. A shade structure is still needed at the pistol and rifle ranges behind the check-in area. The launch houses at the trap and skeet area are in need of repair and repainting. Member interactions. There were approximately 9 members, guests at the pistol and archery and rifle ranges, and 36 members or guests at the trap and skeet area. There were no interactions with the amenity users due to live fire at the time of the evaluation. Additional observations? None at this time. That covers it for Brian. And Alan is here, and he will cover for us Tanyard Creek and trails for Blowing Springs and Greenway.
Okay, Tanyard Creek Park. I was there yesterday, and there's about 35 members cruising around the park with their families and their dogs. The park is clean of litter, in excellent condition, providing paved and soft trails with educational signage, explaining floral, geographical, and historical information about Tanyard Creek Park. The refuse station is stocked with bags. The water is turned off, so if anybody's going there, you need to take water for your dog if you don't want them drinking out of the creek. The pavilion is located next to the parking lot. It's clean with picnic tables for 80 to 100 people and a big charcoal grill. The restrooms are fully stocked, clean, and in good working condition. Parking lot is convenient. It's all clean of litter and debris. There is overflow parking available on the weekends. Areas for review. A map of Tanyard Creek Nature Trail is located on the Bella Vista POA website, if anybody needs it. And there's also additional bus and RV parking at the Tanyard Creek Practice Facility if you want it. I did run into a couple of people that's been bringing like their church group or a class of elementary kids, and I did tell them about the parking down at the Tanyard Creek Practice Facility instead of trying to pull in to that parking lot with a full-size bus. So we'll see how it works out. The member interaction was really positive. Nothing really there. The additional observations, the Tanyard Creek Nature Trail volunteers continue to work weekly, keeping the trail in fantastic condition. The only thing I ran across yesterday was up above the Weimer Bridge along the Avalon Creek. There is a deadfall, and I moved it out. It's probably 20 feet long, 6 inches in diameter. It's off the trail, but if you're ever up there, you might want to pull it out. You might have seen it up there.
I haven't seen it, but do you feel like it needs to be removed, or is it?
Not really.
Okay.
It's not causing a problem.
Okay.
Okay, Blowing Springs Greenway Trail. From the front parking lot past the Gear Garden to Houston Road, it is in excellent condition. No debris, no litter. All the street crossings are painted and in real safe condition. There was a lot of pet walkers, very complimentary of the trail. Additional observations, a water bottle fill station located at the front parking lot would be beneficial for hikers and bikers. On the other trails, I didn't see any closures. If you want to report a trail issue while you're out riding, you can go to the City of Bella Vista app. They have a link there where you can report a trail issue. Or you can take a photo and send it to We Are Trailblazers to their website. And if there's not any questions, that completes my reports.
Well, thank you very much, Alan.
Yep.
I don't see that we have any current business. We'll move on to new business then. For 2026 non-member charitable and child-oriented events, we're going to take hopefully a list, if anyone has it, which we can look over. We will not vote on that in this meeting. We will accomplish that in February's meeting.
So we have, I think it's, can you scroll up just to make sure it's in there? Okay, so on your iPads, you have the list. So Bob just referenced, in the past, we used to present and vote on an exact same meeting, but we actually changed the policy, the board changed the policy this year, and we just give kind of a lag time. That way, if someone is watching at home and they're like, hey, I don't know if I agree with that decision, well, they can attend next month's meeting and share. And since we're doing this in the middle of winter, most of these projects aren't, most of these events aren't going to take place for months and months. Pretty much all these are the same as previous years, really nothing new. On the rec side, a disc golf tournament, youth triathlon, we've had that several years, swim meets during the summertime, and the Pups in the Pool, which occurs after the pool has been closed. This last year was the first year we had the museum pickleball tournament, and that was very successful, and the paddleboard camps. So just a reminder, these are all projects where we may have non-members attend. So that's why we have to seek approval from this committee. Going on to the next page, at the gun range, you'll note that pretty much all of these events take place when the range is normally closed. So we're not interrupting anybody. So like the Cancer Challenge, the Poultry Festival, these occur when the range is closed. You have youth ATA events, the police weapons qualification, corporate shoots, and youth hunter education practice challenge. These taking place when the range is normally closed. So we like to minimize. The one advantage, a lot of these take place at Skeet and Trap, and Skeet and Trap is open only 2 days a week. So we have a lot more flexibility. So a lot of these events take place on Sunday, so we're not interrupting members. Any questions regarding any of these?
Yeah. One, I was looking back on the email I got today with the agenda. I thought maybe this was attached. I didn't see it.
No, we just finished it a couple hours ago.
Oh, okay. So will this be sent out? Because I don't take these tablets with me.
I took a picture.
It's also posted on our website.
It's posted on the website. Okay.
Attached to the agenda.
Next question, excuse me, on the website, is, I know from past discussions, some of these events, the sponsors, when they're non-members, pay some sort of fee. Is that true of all of these or some of these?
No, when we're talking about like the kid events, like the kids fishing derby. So Rick's here, so he can always comment on that. The fish, we normally take this to the Lakes Committee, but we get the fish for free, and it has to be open to the public.
Or we don't get them for free.
Or we don't get them for free. Okay. But the reality is 90% of the kids that attend are Bella Vista residents, because we promote it in-house, we send out on our newsletter, so forth. But there is a chance that non-members will attend. So that's why we have to get permission. The swim team, we've heard about this in the past. If we didn't allow non-members to attend those, to participate in the swim teams, we wouldn't have enough kids for the swim team. So we wouldn't have one. But then again, once again, the majority of the kids that are participating are Bella Vista residents. So those are most of the examples of good events that help our community. With the museum and the pickleball, they didn't pay us anything, because that's for a charitable cause. Now, when it comes to like the Poultry Challenge, that is a paid event. Okay, so we are charging them to use the facilities, so forth. I think that might be one of the. We're not going to charge the police; they have weapons with them.
Well, they all do.
Yeah, actually, all these. Yeah, you're right. The Cancer Challenge we don't charge, because that's a charitable event.
Yes, but we pick up the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
They have to pay for the targets.
Okay, so corporate shoots, for example, Do they pay for the use of the range?
Yeah, most of the time they are, and they're paying for the clay targets, and we make a little
Right.
bit off of that.
So are those the only events where there is a fee collected from the sponsor? Is the shoots? I'm just trying to understand what the facts are. I'm not making a judgment.
I think in the most technical sense, at least for the gun range side, everything except for the BE Police Department weapons qualification, there is some sort of fee involved. At least we're charging for targets or something like that. We're not losing money, so to speak.
Mhm. Okay, thanks.
So we'll represent this next month, and so if anybody has any issues or challenges, they can bring it up at that time.
And I would say, feel free to send me and I can forward those on to you if you have any other questions via email. All right, we'll move on to board liaisons. Deborah, let's see, yes, Deborah and Jackie are here.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Kelly and Cheryl. I haven't met you yet, so thank you for volunteering. We appreciate your support.
All right, we will move on to POA staff reports. I noticed that Trey is not here, so we will not cover our trails and outdoor recreation at this point. We'll start off with Tom, if you have anything. Tom's good, okay. On to Rick Eccles.
So the Loch Lomond drawdown continues. We are removing gravel from the Granton area, which is why which was why we had the confusion about the dock, thinking it was maybe somebody's trash. Or no, that's our dock. So and we're also going to be deepening, making an area a little bit deeper for bank fishing in front of the Tyree bank area. And the guys are out there replacing the wooden part of that courtesy dock as we speak. We found some floats that were inundated with water, and so it was time for a big rehaul.
Can you still call it a float if it doesn't?
No, it's a sink. It's not a, it's a sinking dock, not a floating dock. So okay, and so the Lake Rangers have been busy. The Christmas break between Christmas and New Year's was really warm. To speak to Tyree, there were multiple days where the overflow parking was completely full. So, and this time of the year, you guys just have one guy on point per week to take care of it. Right. And thank you, because I'm sure that was a monumental task, at least for those couple weeks. The Rangers have had 2,135 contacts for the month of December. That was up from November, actually, when normally this time of year you have a downtrend, and it was due to those couple weeks of warm weather. November was 1,883 contacts, and just to compare December to December of last year, we were at 1,545. So about 500 more this year than last year. Let's see. The guys in grounds maintenance, of course, we were talking about what they're doing at Tyree, but they've also made monumental progress on clearing the dam on Loch Lomond. Our dams need to be maintained in grass, not woody brush and that kind of thing, which as it grows can compromise the integrity of the dam. And so that dam in particular is really hard to get equipment on. We've tried burning it in the past, and it to some success, but we were able to get on there and really take care of it this year. We've got inspections coming up later this winter, early spring, so we need to get those ready to go for that. Let's see. It's been a while since we've met, so we had 3 structures to hide porta potties at various locations. One will be at Granton because it kind of sticks out right there. Some of our other porta potties are kind of tucked away. So we'll start with our three biggest sore thumbs, and maybe next year we'll have some more money to do the rest of them. Let's see.
And those are for the permanent porta potties.
Yes, right. Yes. Let's see, the fly tires have been kind enough to earmark some money to put in kayak launch sites. We have decided on Lake Ann, the Lake Ann Park area. There's already a concrete structure there, kind of between the mooring sites and the boat ramp. And that area is going to get a kayak launch, and we're kind of up in the air about where to put the next one. So if their money can spread out enough to get us to, that's what we're going to do. But I welcome any comments on where the best place to put the second one might be. All our positions are filled, and our Lakes Ecology and Fisheries area, just a few things, highlights here. Christmas trees can be dropped off at Pontoon Park if you still have a Christmas tree. Probably want to get rid of it. It's becoming a fire hazard. No lights or tinsels or ornaments, please. Lake Brittany is going to be stocked with trout later this week, so that'll be the first stocking of 2026, and there'll be one more yet to come. We'll be continuing our carp raffle in 2026, which you get a chance to win $100 each month for showing us proof that you have harvested a grass carp. So that's what that's all about. And our coffee and cookies event will take place this year on February 3rd at 11 a.m. here at BV Bar and Grill. And so what that is each one of my staff will take a table, and we can accommodate 7 or 8 other people, and we'll just get together in kind of a round table and have kind of an informal discussion about any topics related to lakes and parks that you have. So that was a big success last year. We look forward to it again this year. And that's all.
That was a really good event, because everybody that was there was interested in outdoor recreation of some sort.
Yeah.
And I got to speak with a lot of different people during that event, and your staff did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
What time is that on the 3rd?
11 a.m.
All right, thank you, Rick. Moving on to the Assistant Superintendent, that would be John.
Good to be back. So Rifle Pistol had great numbers for the month of December. It started out being a fairly average month, but towards the end with that warm weather, we really pushed it over the top. For the most part, all year, Rifle Pistol has ran at average or considerably above average compared to years before. However, Track and Ski has been right in line with last year. But Rifle Pistol reopening has done really well this year. We did set a single day attendance record at Rifle Pistol the Saturday after Christmas. We had almost 100 people in and out of the range that day in a single day, and that probably beats our previous attendance record by nearly 30%. So it was very busy, but we had, with the expansion, we had almost no waiting. There was a little bit over at the Pistol, but everything kind of timed out perfect, so we kept everybody moving. 100 people sounds like chaos, but the guys did a really good job of controlling it. And all the extra parking worked. If you've ever been out there whenever it's very busy, you know parking gets very congested, but this time everything worked out really well. So we're proud for that. Classes that everybody's been asking for, they're gonna return near the end of February. We're working out the final details of that, but in the next week you should see that announcement on our website. So let's see. The shade structure that was referenced, Brian, that is in the budget. That's coming very soon. One other big piece of news. For New Year's Eve, we did do a new kind of a shoot at Track and Skeet. We did a night event. It's called Cosmic Clays. which sounds wonky, but all it really is we're shooting clay targets under black light. So our clay targets, they fluoresce under a black light. So it's a new experience. It doesn't take an incredible amount of different equipment, but it was a really unique and neat experience. We had almost 50 shooters in for that shoot and only lasted a couple hours, but everybody had a great time, was a success, and we'll look to do that again in the early spring.
Go ahead, Kelly.
I just want to say, we were actually going to attend that event, but we both ended up getting sick. It looked
Oh,
really
no.
cool. And it definitely appealed to us and a few other of our neighbors in the area.
Glad to hear it. We'll probably be targeting around spring break for the next one. I know it'll be too cold during the winter months for the most part at night, but I think everybody had fun with that. It's a lot of fun shooting those birds at night. Clay targets, not birds.
I was gonna say, is that on your targeting?
Yeah, well, everyone calls it's meant to mimic a bird. So everyone calls it a bird, but I have to specify clay target.
All right, thank you, John. We'll move along to Roland, our Director of Recreation and Wellness.
Hello, everybody, Happy New Year. Sorry, let's try that again. Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. Couple stats for you. BVRC saw a 12% increase in 2025 for our scans. So that's the use of the fitness center and group fitness. So it was really nice to see. In December, we had the winter dance at BVRC, December 6th, which was well attended. Good event. Metfield Pickleball received new lights recently. Very well received. I heard some positive feedback from members in our community, so that's really good to see. We are underway starting this Thursday, planning for the summer season already. I know it seems a long time away, but with 2 pools and a beach and lifeguards and food and everything in between, it's a big planning process. So we are actually starting this Thursday, the initial meeting to plan out the summer season already. So it's hard to believe, but it's happening. And yeah, that's all I have.
I do have a question, Roland. Anywhere in the, up at the front counters or anywhere in your day-to-day routine, do you guys keep any tally as to the busier times of days or days that are busier than others at, for instance, BVRC? I say this for the trainers, for all the trainers, kind of trying to work around the really crowded, busier times.
Yeah, we can go into our scan system and we can pull some stats of what the busiest times are. I mean, historically, any place recreation related, Monday will always be the busiest day of the week, no matter where you go. And then it's usually the before work or after work crowd. Where kids are coming in after school, people are getting off work, coming to work out. So those are our busiest times.
Okay, okay. I'll pass that on then. Thanks, I appreciate it. All right, I think that wraps it up. If there's nothing else to add, our next committee meeting will be February 9th, 2026 at 4 p.m. Boardroom live stream. This meeting is adjourned.